Hello, welcome to Catholic Teacher Resources, your venue for innovative and creative resources for all subject areas within our faith-based classrooms. Okay, today we're going to go over Learn360. So we start on the CTR website by logging in, and once we're in, then we go ahead and click on the Learn360 icon here in the upper right-hand corner. Once we do that, it'll take us to the new and upgraded Learn360 site. If you haven't been on it in a while, then you can see that it's totally different. They've redone the entire website. It's faster, it has more media, it's easier to use, and there's even more tools and resources there than before. So the first thing I want to just show you is the main homepage here. So now there are these thumbnails here that we can use to browse by subject, and then up here there's a little view all, and if you go ahead and give that a click, it'll drop down. You can see all the thumbnails, so you can search that way. Right below that there's a featured this month, which I think is really great for planning. So if you click this view all, you can see that on each day there are some topics there that happened on that particular day. So Elvis's birthday, for example, you could go ahead and click that and it would take you to not just a video on Elvis, but it would take you to a whole search on Elvis. So that would be the case for all of these. Right below the feature of the month is the most popular. That's really nice because that allows you to see what are all the other teachers clicking on. What is something popular that other teachers are also looking at? The recently added is just showing you all the new videos and tools that Learn360 is constantly adding. They are really big on adding new content every single day, which they are doing. Before, updates used to only happen at certain points in the year, and then they would update, all this material all at one point, but it would happen only 3 or 4 times a year. Now they are committed to updating every single night. So we are going to get new content every night. Down here, there are featured producers. This is nice because sometimes we have a particular producer that we know already has content that we're interested in or we've seen somewhere else. So we can go here and get some of these featured producers and search for content that way. Another new feature is this menu here, and from here we can search by subject, producer, we can get a calendar and our Learn360 account access this way. So I really prefer the subject index. So if you come here, I love all the different breakdowns of each topic. I feel that that definitely helps when searching. Also, going to producer index. I like looking at this because you can see all the producers first, but right below that, I love that you can see the web channels as well. There are some really great web channels that Learn360 has also incorporated into their media content. So the fact that we have access to these now in a really concise way, they're all coordinated by standard, that's really nice to have access. Okay, let's go ahead and do a search. So say I'm doing, my kids are doing something about animals and I want to try to find some media about that. Notice this change right here. This did not happen on the last site. As soon as you type something in, it's automatically predicting now what you might be looking for. It's very similar to Google. When we're typing things into Google, it's already predicting what it thinks you're looking for. That's also nice for kids who are maybe misspelling. So say I spell animal this way and I press enter, it'll say, oh, did you mean, and it'll give you a list. So that's really great for when our kids are getting access. I won't be able to go through how to get your students access on this website, but if you want your students to have access, please email me anytime and I can set it up. It's a very quick process. I'll set it up for the whole school so that everybody in your school will have the same student login. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to animal. So we can see all the different content. So we see under animal, there's over 1,100 videos and 581 other types of media. So say you really are looking for a video. Once you have this search here, you can organize it by relevance. So basically how many times the word animal in this case is said, from newest to oldest or from most viewed. I like coming over here and, say I'm not looking for a segment. I love the filters over here because maybe I am looking for a full video. And then I can scroll down. Maybe I am looking for, maybe I'm a 4th grade teacher So I go ahead and filter that way. So now I've sort of shrunken that list down. When you scroll, I just want to highlight a couple things that are also new. So if you have a full video and it's, of a decent length, you're going to get this segment bar, which is nice because that allows you to see what this video is about without having to click into it and then click back out. You'll notice that some of the shorter videos, this is only 5 minutes, it doesn't have the segments. Another thing you're going to notice, and I don't think I see any on this page, but if this was a web video, right here where it says full video, instead it would say web. So that's how you would know that you were accessing a web video. It would say that. Okay, let's go ahead and select one. Let's select the Animals 101. Once you've selected a video, I did want to go through some of the highlights that you're going to see on every video's landing page. The first new addition that they're adding to every day is the transcript feature. This is really great. If you go to the transcript, it's literally a transcript of the entire video. But how I think you can utilize it is two ways. Maybe you print it for kids who would benefit from that, or it's also an interactive tool now. So you can see the segment, so it's invertebrates and anomalies. Okay, so let's say I want to focus on invertebrates. I can search for, and it highlights there for me, invertebrate. But also, do you see this bar here and there are all these little markings? Those are all the different times in the video invertebrate is mentioned. So if I just click one, I want you to notice two things. One, the transcript automatically goes to that portion visually, but also what's happening on the video starts playing from that moment. And if I click at a different place, again, the video starts from that moment. So that's really nice. That's a good time saver for you in the classroom, because let's pretend you didn't even want this whole section on classification. If you wanted to start there, you could. And you could obviously scroll through this and maybe you wanted to start here where it talks about backbones. You could definitely click that and start from there. Okay, moving on here, let's go to some of the other features that you're always going to find on a video's landing page. First feature you're going to get is the now playing, just gives you the title. The related feature is nice. This particular video doesn't have it, but what you would normally see here are all these other videos that might correlate to this particular topic. The download feature is nice because just in case you have internet that's maybe not always reliable, the download feature is nice because then you can just download it, you know it's on your computer, you know it's going to play 100% of the time, you don't have to worry about it. Standards are there so that you can see how this relates to your standards in your classroom. You can add this to a playlist. I love this for planning purposes. We as teachers are always planning ahead of time. So now that you can find this video maybe a week away from when you're actually playing it, and then maybe you add it to a folder. So I've already added a folder called Animals, but let me just show you. Say I wanted to make a new folder. I could do that and just hit new folder. And just like that, it's there. And I would be able to access that by coming back up here and going to my Learn360. I would be able to access anything I save. Going to the share tool, I love this feature because this allows me to take this link and copy and paste that into an email or maybe my Google Classroom or my web page. And now I can turn that into a hyperlink. And what my kids can do from home maybe, or within the classroom, or maybe somebody's absent, is now they can access that video whenever they want, and they can watch that video without having to log in. An even better function is this embed code. So going back to maybe you having a class website, you can take that embed code, embed it into your website. Now all your kids have to do is go to your class website and play the video right within your website, just like they would a YouTube video. So that option is really nice. It's a nice tool to use because sometimes you don't always want to have the kids watch the video in class. Maybe you want them to do it at home, or maybe you want them to do it as an independent work while they're doing other activities. Okay, let me also go to custom segment. This is a nice addition to Learn360. So what this allows you to do is take apart a specific chunk of a movie and have your students only watch that. Sometimes if you give the kids the 22-minute video and you tell them, hey guys, I only want you to start from minute 4 to minute 10. Even though you say that, sometimes they're just not listening. And so they go home, they watch the whole 22 minutes, and then they tell you that they didn't have time for the rest of their homework. So what you could do is just make your own segment. So what I like to do is get the set time, get the end time there, and then go ahead and fill it in with the times that you want them to start and stop. And then you give it a title. You give a little description there of what you want your kids to do. Maybe they're going to write a summary paragraph or something after they watch it. You create that segment, and just like that, it's done. Then what you could do is come back up here to your menu, go to your My Learn360 account, go to your custom segments, and there it is. It's there. And I can share it just like I could another video. Now I can't embed it because embedding requires the whole video from the producer, but I can have a direct link to that video. So now I could take that link, hyperlink it to an email to my students, hyperlink it to my Google Classroom, or something of that to that effect, right? My class website. And now they can watch that specific chunk of video. Okay, let me go back to that page because the last thing I wanted to show you was the option of citations. And I say that because once your kids get access to Learn360, they can use this for researching. Maybe you're having a project in class and part of their project is to find a 4-minute video clip about blank, right? Whatever they're researching. So in order to, further teaching them how to research, you want them to create a citation, right? You want them to have a bibliography or a works cited page along with that project. Now Learn360 easily does that for you because you can do it in MLA, Chicago, and APA format, but also what my students used to love is EasyBib. Now you can easily export it out to EasyBib and then have EasyBib do all the work for them, and then EasyBib will spit that back out for them, a perfectly put together bibliography. The last thing I want to show you here is the expander, so you can expand it out so that your kids are watching the full screen. That's great for projecting. This theater mode, though, is new. So theater mode allows you to show the video, but still leave a little bit of room for some of these tools down here at the bottom. So that's nice for the kids. Maybe they're previewing a video beforehand. They're searching through different videos, looking for that perfect 4-minute segment. And maybe this is how they do it as opposed to the standard mode, which might be kind of small. Okay, so we've gone through the menu, we've gone through the home page. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the advanced search. The advanced search is a nice option to have. One, because you can get a more specific search. You can add in a bunch of keywords, you can hit your subject area, you can hit your grades, everything right away. But there's also a place where I can show you all the other types of media aside from videos. So let's go back to that animals search. Let's type in animals here. And let's look at the interactives and printables. I would like to mention that interactives were non-existent on the old system. So the fact that there are interactives are great. It's wonderful to see kids having fun with the concepts that we're teaching them, right? So to have the ability to drag and drop and manipulate different variables all within the same concept or unit that they're learning about, the kids love that and it really adds to those lessons. So let me go ahead and hit search. So I can see there's 29 other types of media, no videos because I did specify that in the advanced search. So as I scroll down, I see all these titles and everything looks great. But again, going back to those filters, it makes things so much easier. Say I am looking for an experiment. I simply click experiment. And what I have left are all the actual experiments that I'm not left with anything else. So let's just look at one so you can get an idea. What I really appreciate about the experiments are right away in the upper right-hand corner, it tells you right away what grade it's appropriate for. It also allows you to download it right away, add it to any folders that you have, or share it. Maybe your kids are one-to-one iPad, you can share it in an email to them, or you can share it, maybe you post it on your website so they click it, and now they have all their instructions for the lab without necessarily wasting paper, or maybe they're writing using their iPads and they're writing on this document. That's all possible. Going back to those search results, let's go back to those interactives that I was telling you about. So if you go ahead and click interactives, here we go. We have Mammal Maker, Animalia. These are really fun. So let's go ahead and click on one. What you actually can't hear right now is all the music, the fun music that's playing with this game. But if you play it, it allows you to drag and drop these little creatures, and it'll tell you like, oh no, it belongs in Australia, right? So you kind of click over. So now the kids are having fun with this. And again, it tells you what grades it's appropriate for. Over here, going back to your Learn360, this is where all your saved videos are stored and your custom segments. Okay, that's it for our tutorial today. If you have any questions about this tutorial, our site, or resources, feel free to contact us by email or phone. Thank you, and God bless.